Hi friends, it's Victor Costa. I hope you're having an outstanding day and I hope today's podcast makes it even better for you. Welcome to the Daily Lift. I know what I want to say, I just hope it comes out right because I have a little poem for you, like a 4-line poem, but the rest of it is really kind of unscripted. I'm not reading from a script. I'm walking around as I'm talking in my phone right now, and I know what I want to say to you. And I want to tell you that I get annoyed at little things. I get annoyed at people not taking their backpack off in the subway and making less room for the rest of us who are not wearing backpacks. I get annoyed when the coffee doesn't taste quite right. I get annoyed in traffic. And it sort of sets off the tone for the day. And then I adopt this in my vibration, And what happens is when that happens, the rest of the day kind of goes crummy, right? Or you have to get back on track, you kind of feel like you have to overcome a hurdle. And I want to tell you that if you are annoyed like me at the little things like traffic, if you're annoyed at the coffee not being right, if you're annoyed at people not taking off their backpacks, that is how good your life is. If that's what we can recognize and notice as an annoyance, and that's what we have our radar focused on, our lives are quite wonderful, if you think about it. Let me rewind a little bit and tell you when I was told that there was a 90% chance that I had cancer. When that was told to me, which turned out not to be true, as those of you who are following me know, and thank God it isn't. But when I was told that, nothing mattered, nothing. I was longing for the worst day that I had ever had. In other words, I was so caught up in the selfishness of this diagnosis that everything else, every other day that I thought was bad, suddenly I was longing for that because I didn't have this heavy weight on my mind. And when people are diagnosed with those types of things, or they have someone in their family that is, or they're going through a tragedy, that's when they recognize how these other days were squandered, how these other days were bliss and we didn't recognize it. And it's a shame that we have to go to the lowest of the low to recognize that just a regular day is a beautiful, remarkable thing, filled with its annoyances. That these things are incredible. When I was given that diagnosis, I didn't notice backpacks. I didn't notice coffee. I didn't notice traffic. You become a zombie. You become engrossed in that and focused on everything but the little things. And when I looked back at all the little things that used to bother me, a challenging day at work, traffic, coffee, these are nothing. And so here's today's reminder. If we are getting annoyed at these things, our lives are incredible. And that's what we should recognize today. I have a very small poem that I would love to read to you that I came up with a couple days ago. I tend to write on a train or a bus because the movement and the momentum allows me to express myself. I'm walking around right now. It's much easier for me to express myself when I'm mobile. And so let me please read this to you. We came here for the thrill of it, not to hide from the spill of it. The mess is what we love best. Admit it or not. Now go enjoy the rest. Let me read it again for you. We came here for the thrill of it, not to hide from the spill of it. The mess is what we love best. Admit it or not. Now go enjoy the rest. So that's what today's podcast is about. It's about just enjoying even the nuisances, the little things that happen in life that are kind of annoying us. And when we recognize these things as actually quite wonderful vis-a-vis a terrible diagnosis or a terrible problem, not that you should be focused on the terribleness that could happen all the time, But I will tell you that if you have ever been in that lowest of the low, you long for just a regular day with all of its nuisances and annoyances and minor problems and minor spats and bickering. You want all that back. You want it. And so let's recognize it, but let's not let it affect us so deeply and get off on a trajectory where if we start off with the bad coffee or the traffic or the backpack, that the day cascades and it builds, to where we can't enjoy ourselves. Recognize it for what it is. If you're able to notice these things, your life is exceptional. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope I expressed myself properly to you today, because I feel this in my heart, because I want to bypass those little annoyances also. I work on that every day. And today it struck me, it hit me, that if I can notice bad coffee, things are pretty damn good. So that's my message for you today. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I wish you the best in good health. I wish you a wonderful day. This is Victor Costa signing off for the Daily Lift.